Good afternoon. I'm delighted to be speaking to you today on the critical issue of how we prioritise adaptation as we fight climate change. On my recent visits from Kenya to Gabon, from Egypt to Nigeria, I have been struck by the enormous challenges African nations face from the twin threats of COVID and climate. And yet there are fantastic initiatives across the continent to enable communities to adapt in the face of climate change. The international community must support this work. It must make finance available and give every country the chance to place adaptation at the heart of their COVID response. This is central to the UK COP26 presidency. Adaptation and finance are two of our top priorities. So I'm very pleased that the UK government is supporting the African Union Green Recovery Action Plan, which I discussed with African Union colleagues in Ethiopia recently. And the UK is also supporting the Life AR initiative to help to get finance to the local level. And it is fantastic to see the African Development Bank's leadership with its own African Adaptation Acceleration Programme and, of course, its commitment to spend 50% of climate finance on adaptation. And yet, in this critical year for climate action, I urge the bank to go further, to set a date by which all its operations will be fully aligned with the Paris Agreement and to work with countries to develop green, inclusive and resilient COVID recovery programs. To spur progress on both finance and adaptation, last week the UK COP26 presidency held a climate and development ministerial meeting. Developed countries and MDBs committed to action ahead of COP26 on issues like debt, on access to finance and response to climate impacts. And at this event, the UK and Fiji agreed to initiate an Aligning Finance and Ambition task force. I'm absolutely focused on delivering on the results of that meeting to ensure a green, resilient COVID recovery can be truly global. And I'm committed to getting discussions going ahead of the negotiations in Glasgow so we arrive armed with shared solutions. And we've got events planned on finance, on the global goal on adaptation, and on the Santiago Network for Loss and Damage, which we aim to operationalise by COP26. I hope that the leaders listening today, and indeed your teams, will participate in these meetings to give the negotiations the best chance of success. And I urge you to join the Adaptation Action Coalition, which the UK co-chairs with Egypt. The aim is to scale up action on adaptation around the world, particularly in water, healthcare and infrastructure. Together, we can build real momentum around adaptation and finance in the run-up to COP26, supporting those clean, resilient recoveries and creating a lasting legacy on which the African presidency of COP27 can be built. Thank you.